Welcome back, guys. Today we have Anais.
Hello, guys.
She is a professional CrossFit athlete, and today we're going to cover all about unlocking your first ring muscle up. If you're stuck at that transition, this is a video for you. Today we're using the Movement Made rings and also their set of bands to help assist with the drills today. The requirements that you should be working towards to get your strict ring muscle up is 8 to 10 full range of motion dips where you're going to the bottom and being able to lock out at top. Super. And 8 to 10 strict pull-ups. You should be able to false grip hang from the rings for at least 15 to 20 seconds. And you want to be able to hold a ring support hold for 20 to 30 seconds, emphasizing a full lockout through the arms and a slight external rotation through the shoulders. For the mobility requirements that some people don't think about is in the bottom position of the rings, you should be able to hold and support yourself for 20 to 30 seconds. If your shoulders are in pain or pinching, you might be limited in your shoulder extension mobility. To improve the shoulder mobility for the ring muscle up, we can start with German hangs. Utilizing the floor to help modify this stretch.
So I personally do this variation of the German hang with the knees on the floor, simply because I have very tight shoulders, and I would recommend anyone that has the same problem kind of, or who's beginner, to start with knees on the floor to be more safe and have more support. If I feel better during the weeks of practicing it, then I will just upgrade to a bit higher rings, then feet on the floor as a support, so it's still less support than the knees, and then I will go on high rings after a few weeks and no support at all. So I will recommend this last upgrade of this movement only for people who used to do it and have a great shoulder mobility to stay safe.
The next element you need to unlock and build is the false grip strength on the rings. This grip is essential for a successful turnover during your muscle up.
So the thing you want to think about is really breaking over your wrists on the rings, okay? And for that you will need probably to wear some tape, just because it will make your wrist less sore and have less burns. Yeah.
A nice way to learn this is to hold on to tennis balls and then hook your wrist over the rings. Because you want to imagine that you're holding yourself up by your wrists and not necessarily your fingers. The next element we're going to practice is understanding the transition. We're going to utilize 2 bands practicing your false grip, and you want to imagine you're keeping the rings close and tight, pulling it low to your chest, and then making the transition. The biggest mistake that people make is that they start to transition the arms out too wide. You want to keep the rings close to your chest to keep the stability as much as possible. Transitioning from the bands to the rings, you're going to use your feet to set up for this. Practicing our false grip, you want to imagine you're pulling the rings to your chest, then utilizing your legs to help assist into the transition for this movement. The other element is practicing just the transition. As you go through this movement, you want to imagine you're keeping the rings as tight to your chest as possible. So, yep, good. Keep your arms bent as you go back, keeping it tight, and then pulling right back through. Super. Keeping the biceps loaded, yep, transitioning. To isolate the transition even more, we're going to take some slack out of the band to help assist even more. And practicing just the transition, imagine you're trying to keep the rings as close to your chest as possible as you transition back and forth. Super strong. Awesome. Amazing. Before you start training your ring transitions, you should already have pretty strong ring dips. But something you do want to emphasize in the dips is the top position. Notice Anais is fully depressing through her scapula, getting full scapular engagement, and a slight external rotation through the arms. Notice the pit of Anais' elbows are slightly facing forward. This gives her a good, strong lockout at that top position. Another important element of the ring muscle up is the hollow body position. So to strengthen this position in your dips and during your ring support holds, emphasize this hollow body engagement. Putting it all together now. First step is establishing the false grip always. Maintaining a hollow body position, and it's really nice to start your ring muscle ups in this pike position. Even utilizing your feet as a little bit of assistance, pulling the rings to your chest and aggressively leaning forward, and then press to support. So the main common mistakes when people are trying the ring muscle up is one, they're not pulling high enough. So they're only pulling their chin to the ring and not able to make that transition. Then you need to have stronger pull-up strength and utilizing a band so you can pull your chest to the rings. Common mistake number 2 is losing the false grip. Without this grip, it becomes nearly impossible to make that strict ring muscle up transition. I have here a sample training program that you can do 2 times a week. Be sure to not overtrain this movement. You need to be able to have time for your shoulders to rest and recover. Don't rush the foundations. You need to build strong dip and pulling strength to support this movement. Many people get really excited for the skill of ring muscle ups and they don't wait to develop that strength before they start to make the transition, which often leads to compensating patterns and or shoulder injuries. Be patient with the process. You will not only develop your ring muscle up, but build strong, stable, mobile shoulders that will support your practice for years to come.
And most importantly, trust the process.
Thank you so much, Anais, for joining us today. Stay tuned for part 2.